Some netizens were extremely interested in the Miao people's use of goo, so I went to Guizhou specially. Ask a local black seedling old man. I heard that you will do tricks. Is that right? As a result, Mr. Hai Miao said no. Nope. How dare we go down casually? The party branch will be angry. This answer confused netizens. As if to refute the rumor, but it's like admitting. And as early as 2012, CCTV made a special trip to do a column of ancient trees in western Yunnan. And the title of this column is in Shaanxi, Yunnan. A foreigner will be warned. You cannot accept food from others easily. Otherwise, you are likely to die. Many people are considered untouchable here. Even if it's just a talk to them, it can also lead to death. What is the force behind these taboos? This is goo. And goo has also become the most terrifying nightmare of Shaanxi people. Let's take a look at some of these clips. Shaanxi with a strange atmosphere. Murder in invisible mysterious witchcraft. It was a horrible nightmare, still a lie. A wizard who can communicate with the gods. Possessing strange powers for thousands of years. It is the help of the gods, or a ridiculous deception. Is the legendary witchcraft really around the world? Please watch Goo's confusion and external characteristics. 1. From his eyes. His eyes are red. His eyes are rotten. The second light is the person who has this thing. His mouth is better. Another one is beautiful. He was very welcoming. What about this ancient tree? Well, what about the middle? There are many ways to score a point. Just hit this black and white bone. One is the one bone white bone. That's good for production and life. Maybe every time you see a beautiful face, the beautiful women in Miaojiang will associate with ancient tree rumors. Although today is a society where science is paramount, but it's hard not to avoid coming up with some bizarre ideas. It is believed that the beautiful woman in Miaojiang who masters the art of goo holds the secret art. There are even so-called love bugs that control the minds of others. So rumors have spread for thousands of years. What is the truth? It is recorded in ancient books. It is said to be in the Miaojiang area. There is a very mysterious and terrifying art, however, in reality. The so-called witchcraft is not as mysterious as imagined. Witchcraft doesn't just exist in Miaojiang. It's not just spread in China. In many parts of the world, there have been stories of witchcraft, early times. People don't have a scientific mindset. Faced with many unexplained phenomena, with strange diseases, it will associate some feudal ideas with the gods. Over time, a special class of witch was derived. In the beginning, the role of witches was only to pray for blessings, even lifting some unexplained curses. For example, the ancients accidentally became infected with some toxins, like snake venom, food poisoning, etc. People would define it as being cursed. At this time, a wizard will be invited to exorcise the poison. Let's put it in modern terms. The wizard at that time. I'm just a person who knows a little bit about medicine. Friends who have knowledge of traditional Chinese medicine should know. The origin of traditional Chinese medicine. In ancient times, traditional Chinese medicine was actually the inheritance of witches. However, this is only the origin of witchcraft. After thousands of years of origin, the various evolutions of witchcraft. And some of them are doing it for profit, even murder spells. There used to be a book of witchcraft called Ozan. In the Book of Oracles and Magic, recorded the results of the investigation of witchcraft around the world. But the book left a mystery. That is, why has witchcraft been circulating in the Miao region? It may even exist today. Maybe it's because witchcraft is hidden. There's very little that's been made public. In the records that can be found, a professor named Deng is a professor of sociology and anthropology at Sun Yat-sen University. He has gone deep into Miaozhong hundreds of times. It took 40 years of investigation and forensics. Finally, in 1999, published a book called The Black Bone Investigation. The book was officially given high praise, called, "It is the first academic work on black bones in China." Professor Deng wrote in the book, "When I came to the northwest of Yunnan, I saw the Miao villages gathered in front of me, heard all kinds of local wizards. After telling the story of devouring bones and releasing insects and forming insects, Professor Deng stayed up all night that night. He seemed to understand it all, seemingly ambiguous between true and false witchcraft can be circulated here. It is also the inevitable result. This feeling may not be empathetic, but it's easy to understand. In the entire Xiongxi region, there are rumors of witchcraft everywhere, and there are countless people in the village who can do the magic." The book details, witchcraft are divided into 3 categories. They are natural insects, human-raised insects, and metaphysical insects. The first kind of natural paleo is normal. In fact, in nature, creatures with some toxins, like snakes and butterflies, even some poisonous plants, can be attributed to it. The second kind of man-raised grain. There are many records in ancient books. Even now you go to the Miaozhong area, and some old people chatting. If there is enough time, they will probably talk to you for 3 days and 3 nights. The various case stories of people raising valley, human-raised insects, are almost the same, is the 5 poisonous creatures. Goo people ********, lot of poisonous creatures together. Let them fight. In the end, what survives is the insect. And then we feed them, putting its excrement in someone else's well, or in food. Worms grow in the stomach of those who eat them, slowly frail to death. In the 1990s, if you go to visit the Miaozhong area, it is very likely that you will encounter kind villagers to remind you, tell you, never follow a villager home casually. Don't touch anyone or anything at will, otherwise, you might not even know how you died. Professor Deng learned when he asked the local elderly about the situation. If you were maliciously tricked, you must find a local wise wizard to solve the problem. You have a chance. Wizards do the math first. Understand what kind of bug you are, and in what direction, and then perform some incomprehensible rituals, but in the end, anyone who solves the goo will vomit something black. This is considered a success. The third is the metaphysical goo, once rumored. In the Bai people, there is a class of people who use the art of raising insects to harm people. The villagers call it the Soul Slayer. And this is also part of the legendary Goo Girl. Goo women are divided into 4 categories. They are Grass Ghost Woman, Soul Killer, Medicine Woman, Pipa Ghost. This was mentioned in the documentary interviewed by CCTV, Miao Village. It's not as bad as you think. On the contrary, once it is found that someone uses goo to harm others, they will be immediately expelled from the village. In Professor Deng's book, a case was recorded that cannot be explained by science. There was a beautiful young woman, considered a grass ghost by the locals. The reason is because any man in the village who has come into contact with him, they are madly obsessed with this woman. Some people are even willing to die for it. Prove how much you love this woman. The old wizard of the village discovered. This woman had a bug on these men. That's what caused this. The woman was also immediately kicked out of the village. These people who maliciously trick others, known locally as the Black Room. These people believe they are born with some kind of curse. If you want to survive, you have to trick other people, transfer your pain to others. And once these people are discovered by the people in the village, immediately be kicked out of the village, even some brutal vigilante killings. And this is 1985, the situation of witchcraft in the villages of the Bai people in the Nujiang River.